Postcode, Ohio, where 7 Ohio correctional officers are unemployed after a black inmate died in their custody. The Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections sent a notice of removal to 5 corrections officers, a supervisor, and a licensed nurse following an investigation into the in-custody death of 55-year-old Michael McDaniel. Officials say the correctional officers used excessive and unjustified force against McDaniel, leading to his death. The Franklin County Coroner's Office declared McDaniel's death a homicide and ruled the cause as a stress-induced sudden cardiac death. A county prosecutor will decide on whether to file any criminal charges against them. I'm gonna say yes, Congo. I'm gonna say that if your actions cause somebody to die, you probably should be charged.
Most definitely, and I think that there's also something else we need to add to this conversation, because when we talk about the George Floyd policing bill and people are talking about a national database and registry for officers who commit various offenses, this also needs to be the case for these prison guards, because this story is also making me think about what happened to Sandra Bland. Still don't fully know. And this is happening all across the country. I'm thinking about Khalif Browder, right? And in the documentary, people learned about him, what that Jay-Z put out. This is happening all across the country, and these guys get away with it even more so than officers who are on the streets, because nobody cares about the prisoners. They don't have the cameras on all day. The prisoners aren't walking around with phones to be able to record this stuff. And so we need to have deeper investigations on issues like this, and the accountability needs to be real, because yes, they deserve to be fired. They should also be criminally prosecuted. But given that they're probably not, at least if there's no pressure at the moment, they're just going to they might end up at another part of that same prison. That wouldn't even surprise me. And so we have to make sure that we're holding them accountable after that, not just applauding a firing. They took this man's life, and there's no coming back. 55 years old, you said, and this is ridiculous. And as we talk about this with George Floyd and this registry for police officers, we have to do the same for these prison guards as well.
It goes to show you the level of negligence. We've seen this in many other stories before, Avis.
Absolutely. And I'm so, it comes to a point where it is just heartbreaking to once again hear another one of these stories and to learn about another one of these atrocities. Unfortunately, it's this level of just violence that is sort of built into policing, it seems. In America, the culture of policing is something that needs to be addressed. It's like it needs to be completely redirected. And so nothing will change, though. Nothing will change until there is swift and harsh accountability for the taking of human life, and particularly for the taking of Black lives. As long as individuals can continue to go along their merry way after they have killed a man, unfortunately, I see no systemic, broad change that will happen, which is absolutely necessary in order for our lives to be respected.
Julian?
The basis of our prison industrial complex is a devaluation of Black life. We are not seen as human in that context. We are seen as cannon fodder for those folks. So they can do whatever they want. They support each other. They hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil of each other. And therefore, we have lives lost. Congo is absolutely right to raise up the Sandra Bland story. But there have been so many recent stories in the last decade of young Black men who theoretically committed suicide while they were in jail. Yeah, right. But the list goes on. This system has to be reformed. The George Floyd Act is important, but it's even more important to get to the bottom of this stuff and just start firing people. Why, if people can be tried and convicted by a jury of their peers, how come they can't be incarcerated by prison guards of their community? Which would change at least some of the equation. I mean, Black folks can be as crazy as white folks under certain conditions, but why can't we deal with that? The fact that anytime someone is killed while they're being incarcerated, that requires not only investigation, it requires justice, because we know that an incarcerated person, possibly handcuffed, hadn't done anything to anybody to be killed. Excessive and unjustified force is a byproduct of a racist policing system that essentially puts Black lives in jeopardy every time we run into one of these people.
Folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, Seek is a streaming platform for virtual events and virtual reality experiences featuring the biggest names in music, sports, and entertainment from around the globe. It, of course, is a Black-owned company founded by Mary Spio. Seek's mission is to enable content creators to directly generate revenue from a global audience on multiple devices, including VR headsets, smart TVs, gaming consoles, mobile and desktop devices. Whether you're a gamer, music or sports enthusiast, Seek has something for everyone. All right, folks, and a couple of items that they have that you can actually purchase. That is their 360-degree headphones. Unbelievable sound and bass with these headphones. Great for gaming as well. Bluetooth enabled, and so you can definitely get these headsets in addition to their virtual reality headset as well, where you simply just pop your phone in right here, close it, watch your VR content right there watch it right there on Seek.com. You can watch 360-degree video as well. If you want to get either one of these, go to Seek.com. Use this promo code RMVIP21, RMVIP21, and that will give you a discount. And remember, when you purchase these headphones or even the VR headset, a portion of the proceeds comes back to us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered, Black-owned company supporting another Black-owned company. Again, Seek.com.